Self-love. This is something that I didn't really understood until a short time ago. And you can only live a happy, truly happy life, like being happy from within, um, if you have self-love, if you love yourself, if you live your life from the values that inspire you, if you live a life from a routine that's in control by your own intuition, that's in control by your own feelings, by your own thinking, then you start to be capable of having self-love, being in control over this human vessel to create something unique, the reason you came here as a soul, to change this world in your own unique way. And only when you start to live according to your own values, only when you start to live according to your own rules, only when you are capable of controlling your habits, your actions, controlling your impulses, controlling your substances use, control yourself, control the molecules in your brain in such a way where you are capable of controlling this human vessel, where you are capable of controlling your routine in a direction, if you are capable of being with yourself and liking yourself without any external influence, that's self-love. And I noticed that a lot of people who have achieved like a certain level of fame, wealth, all these external things still struggle with this thing, and it's something that we aren't being learned about, okay? Self-love. And I feel this is like a foundation of happiness. It's the foundation of a healthy society, self-love. And if you are with your brain in the external world and you aren't capable of going within because of the addiction to your phone, because the addiction to the television, because of your addiction to social, to socialize, because of your addiction to work or whatever, all these things, even though you create a logical reason in your mind why you're doing it, all these things are bringing you outward, and it does not allow to go within and see life with more depth. Because if you're also always in the outside world, you're not seeing life with a lot of depth. Only when you go within and you start to love yourself, you start to appreciate yourself, you start to create belief systems that shine a positive light about who you are, what you're doing, how far you have come, the lessons you've learned, the bigger picture, not comparing yourself with other people, not comparing yourself with other people's life, because you cannot compare yourself. You do not see full reality. You cannot see someone else's full life. Maybe the thing you're seeing is like a little dot based on what's truly happening in their life. For many, I have mixed with many successful people, many influential people, and what you're seeing is not a reflection of their self-love, and that's what a lot of people are mistaking. And I've met a lot of people, successful people, powerful people, and when I mixed my energy with them, many times they didn't have a lot of self-love. They just learned the skills to be effective in this reality, but they are actually using the external world to fill up this void on the inside. And this void on the inside can only be satisfied from within. Only when you fill up your own cup full first, by thinking positive thoughts about yourself, by feeling your feelings, by evolving your values in such a way where you can feel good about yourself, where you can look at yourself in such a way that you can be proud of the person who you are. I think that's where real happiness is. That's where real self-love comes. And when you have a lot of self-love, you become magnetic. And when you are magnetic, people want to collaborate with you. People want to help you. The external world wants to help you, not from a place of force, not from a place of intimidation, not from a place of control. No, from a place of mutual inspiration, from a place of gratefulness, from a high energy instead of a low energy. And yes, in this world we are actually continuously controlled by a low energy, fear, greed, all these stuff are tools and used by the old matrix to control us. And that's because we were forced in a school system that never allowed us to create self-love, that never allowed us to create our own unique vision, that never allowed us to be in our own unique energy, in our power, to get in our power. And that's how the old system can control us, because once you raise above that, once you come in your higher energy, once you start to have a lot of self-love, you will not accept a lot of these things that are forced upon you, because you will love yourself too much. And when you love yourself too much, you will not accept things that bring you at a lower energy. You will not accept a routine that's forced upon you that does not make you feel good, because you have a higher level baseline dopamine, and all these things that are forced upon you bring you at a lower baseline dopamine. So every time you choose yourself, you will be happier. And that's because you are already attuned to a better reality that moves up the frequency. Because here are habits to your soul mission. Here are only habits that are forced upon you by society, by the environment, and they will use you. They will drain your energy. They will leech your energy. They will never allow you to reach your soul mission. But when you are capable of reaching a higher frequency, when you are capable of being in your own energy, when you have self-love and create your own belief systems from this position of self-love, that's the moment you become powerful, because that's the moment you will be capable of taking action on a vision that's only visible to yourself. And because you have self-love, you have self-belief. And when you have belief, you're capable of creating routines that have no physical evidence in the external world yet, but you can feel it on the inside. You feel the power on the inside because you have self-love. You have belief in yourself. And when you have belief in yourself, you're capable of holding a clear image in your mind. And when you have a clear image in your mind, you see the future. And when you see the future, you can build your habits on that, and then your habits become automatic, and then the result will show up, the future will show up. But it all starts with self-love, and you can only love yourself when you put your energy, your frequency, your aura, your energy field highest priority. Not having money secondary, okay? And of course you need money in this world, but what you actually need to do is control your spending. When you lower your spending and you decide what produces dopamine in your mind, you do not need a lot of money to be happy. I spend very little money. I just control my focus. I just travel a lot. I don't need to spend a lot to be happy. I just need food. I just need gasoline for my van. I just need electricity for my devices, and focusing on my long-term vision, and just travel and talking to new cultures, talking to different people. It's enough for me to be happy, and it allows me to move forward, and it allows me to build self-love, meditating, controlling my routines, becoming the best version of myself by protecting my energy. I feel this is where self-love comes. I feel self-love is the goal. The goal is loving yourself, loving the person you're becoming, instead of trying to fit into a box that society shoves up, that society forces upon you. No, it's like a short high, short pleasure. Even if you reach that point of being rich, influential, blah, 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 it's just a short high, because you will still not create self-love from that position. You will create um, external validation, but external validation is short. It's fleeing. You will keep on chasing more of it to fill up this void. And this void on the inside can only be filled truly over the long term from within, by working on your values, by loving yourself, by loving the person you are, by taking the actions when no one's looking. Not just when people are looking, no, taking the actions and being the person, and evolving to your full potential even when no one's looking. That you know that you are a good person even when no one's looking. That's the power of self-love, and that's what true happiness is. And it can only be done if you reach a certain level of freedom where your routine, your unconscious mind is not controlled by the environment. And you do that by lowering your expenses, and by traveling, and by moving to different places, and creating a situation where you can be wherever you want to be. And if you need any help with that, reaching that point, because maybe that part seems impossible, click the link below. Everything you need to get to that point, okay? And then you can start building self-love by creating awareness, by creating a routine where you can love yourself, okay? If you're stuck in a job you don't like because you need money, because you need to pay rent, it's impossible to build self-love over there, okay? So click the link down below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.